Today, we're breaking down a Premier League clash that's absolutely steeped in history and dripping with modern drama. Manchester United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. This isn't just another fixture on the calendar. Nope, this is a real test of nerve, a tactical chess match, and a story with a deeply personal, almost cinematic twist. And that twist? Well, the central narrative, the one that's going to define this entire fixture, is the return of one of United's own, Alejandro Garnacho. But this time, he's wearing Chelsea blue. See, after a pretty public falling out with manager Ruben Amorim and being told he was surplus to requirements, the Argentine winger made that £40 million switch to Stamford Bridge. And the tension here is just palpable. After some really impressive cameos from the bench, Chelsea's manager has basically thrown fuel on the fire, confirming Garnacho is in contention for his first full start, right back where his Premier League journey began. It really does set the stage for a dramatic and, let's be honest, a potentially explosive return to Old Trafford. Okay, first things first, let's look at the form guide, because the story on the pitch right now is a tale of two clubs on completely different trajectories. To really get this matchup, you have to understand this massive collision course between current form and the sheer weight of history. The league table tells a brutal story, especially if you're a United fan. They are languishing down in 14th place, with just 4 points from 4 games. That's their worst start since the 92-93 season. Meanwhile, Chelsea, they roll into Manchester sitting pretty in 5th, as one of only 3 teams who are yet to taste defeat this season. And you can really see this contrast in their recent results. United's form has been a total roller coaster. You've got a spirited win against Burnley, but it's sandwiched right between these deflating losses to Arsenal and City. Chelsea, on the other hand, while they've dropped a few points, they've been steadily racking them up, highlighted by that absolutely ruthless 5-1 demolition of West Ham. But here's the thing, this fixture has a really unique history. It is, believe it or not, the most drawn fixture in the entire history of the Premier League. An incredible 27 meetings have ended in a stalemate. So no matter the form, this match is historically tight, it's hard-fought, and it is always a battle. Now this one represents the true scale of Chelsea's challenge. Despite this strong start to the season, it has been 12 long years since they last walked away from Old Trafford with all 3 points in the league. That is a massive psychological barrier that they're going to have to smash through. So this all raises the crucial question, right? How is each manager going to set up their side to finally break that deadlock? Let's dive into the tactical battle, because this is where the game will be won and lost. For United, we're expecting Ruben Amorim to stick with that back 3. The logic here is pretty clear. Provide some defensive solidity while using his wingbacks Mazraoui and Dorgu to really stretch the play, provide width in attack, and control those flanks. Chelsea, meanwhile, will probably deploy a more traditional 4-2-3-1. Now, the foundation of this whole system is that double pivot in midfield, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. Their job? Dominate possession and dictate the entire tempo of the game right from the heart of the park. And that brings us to the key battleground, what I like to call the engine room. This is just a fascinating clash of 2 genuinely world-class playmakers. On one side, you've got United's captain, Bruno Fernandes, who's created the most chances in the entire league this season. And against him, Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez, the metronome at the heart of their midfield. Whoever wins this duel could very well win the match for their team. Okay, so beyond the tactical setups and the formations, there are a few individuals out there who could just single-handedly decide this whole contest. These are the players who have that little bit of magic, that game-changing ability. Look, all eyes are naturally going to be on Garnacho. We know that. But don't you dare sleep on United's Bryan Mbeumo. He has an exceptional record against Chelsea. For the visitors, João Pedro is in absolutely clinical form right now. And then there's Moises Caicedo. His defensive numbers are off the charts, leading the league in both tackles and interceptions. It just shows how influential he can be. So, what have we got here? We've got a struggling home side, desperate for a big statement win. We've got a confident away team, cursed by a dozen years of history at this ground. And right at the heart of it all is a dramatic, personal storyline. It is just perfectly poised. Now, with the stage set so dramatically, you are not going to want to miss a single moment of this one. So here is everything you need to know to watch this story unfold live. All right, mark your calendars. The action kicks off at Old Trafford this Saturday, September 20th at 17:30 British Summer Time. For everyone in the UK, you can catch all the drama live on Sky Sports. So, the stage is set. What's going to define this game? Will it be Manchester United's desperate need for a statement win to finally kickstart their season? Will it be Chelsea's relentless drive to finally break that long-standing Old Trafford curse? Or will the day be defined by a story of personal revenge, written by Alejandro Garnacho on his return to the Theatre of Dreams? I guess we'll find out on Saturday.